Alan,
Chris.
lots happened since we last met.
Yeah.
Times have truly changed. The world has perhaps changed. We've had terrorist attacks,
Absolutely.
we've had wars,
Yeah.
we've had a change of government, we've had the accident that killed Princess Diana, we've had Britpop, we've had a whole...
Whoa. If,
If what?
and it's a big if indeed the circumstances surrounding the late Princess Diana's death could indeed be called an accident.
Well, they're generally accepted to be an accident.
Ah, very telling, Mr. Christopher Morris, that you regard it as an accident.
You don't?
I think there are many unanswered questions which remain unanswered.
You join a not necessarily distinguished panel in that view.
There are many respected people who support the view.
All right, let's leave Mohammed
for-
Al-Fayed off the list.
Why?
What I'm interested in is the names that add weight to his rather loose claims.
David Dickinson from Bargain Hunt.
He believes that Diana was murdered.
Yes.
Does he?
Yes.
You're not just quoting him from some idle conversation in a pub in which he was humouring you?
We're close.
You're close.
Yeah, he and I had a chat about it over a pub lunch in Banbury. He did, I explained the theory and he nodded.
All right, Alan, here we are. We're at a pub lunch in Banbury. I'll be Dave Dickinson if you want. Convince me. How did Princess Diana die, Alan? Go.
Well, he didn't say it like that, but, he was eating scampi. That's not important, obviously, but just to provide the detail.
Yeah, all right, but let's get on to the bloody accident.
All right. David, this may sound cheap as chips, that's his phrase.
Give me the leading piece of evidence that proves it wasn't an accident.
Do you want half a pint of bitter? I mean, this was...
I'd love one later.
This is what I actually said to David before I got onto the... I'm just trying to...
Right, okay, so just deliver the main chunk.
Right, sure, no problems. The Mercedes 500 SL comes as standard with 4 to 6 airbags. Okay?
That's it.
Right, no, hang on, no, I want you to say,
okay.
All right then.
All right, then, yes. I believe that to be true.
Right. Definitely 4. If there's an option, you can tick the box for 6, you lose 2 in the rear seats.
Any in the boot?
No, because no one wants
just wanted to be clear on
protect
that.
luggage in an accident, although it's not a bad idea, you know. Especially in your line of work, with antiques.
So how does the 6 airbag theory prove that she was killed? Murdered?
I saw in all the press photographs no evidence of deflated airbags. Why were they gone, Chris? David, shall I suggest a theory?
Go on.
They were removed by someone, perhaps a butler.
Prince Charles?
That's not for me to say. That's for other people to say.
So were you sad to see her go? Is that perhaps why you think it was a conspiracy?
No, that's the strange part of it. I was very pleased because although I believe it was a conspiracy to get rid of her, I'm not against the idea of state assassination.
So you're saying that basically this is a positive conspiracy. She was killed by design, and that's a good thing.
And I also think that President Kennedy should have been shot because he was very promiscuous.
Right, he doesn't quite follow what you would see as the ideal lifestyle then.
I think that it's unhelpful when you're trying to build a new America in the early 60s to have sex with Marilyn Monroe. It's not helpful. And therefore...
So let's take you back to 1963, to Dallas.
Okay.
You would in fact have shot him.
I wouldn't have shot him, but I would certainly have opened the door or held the jacket for the gentleman assassin who pulled the trigger from the book depository.
Lee Harvey Oswald.
Or him, or someone else, or him and someone else, or him and someone else and someone else. And the mafia.
But he was shot.
Was he?
You know that.
There are those who... Do you remember Georgy Markov, who was stabbed with a brolly in London?
Yeah, and he died. That doesn't influence the fact that Kennedy was shot.
The back of his head fell off. On that we're agreed, are we?
Yeah.
That can happen with a bullet, Chris. It can also...
It did happen with a bullet.
Yeah, that's what they say, but it could...
Well, not even that's what they say.
And
that's actually what happened. You can see it on the footage.
I saw the back of a head belonging to a president fall off. I did not see a bullet. Did you see a bullet, Chris? Did you see a bullet?
See a bullet.
Thank you. No more questions, Your Honour. Kevin
What?
Costner said it loud and clear, and he was there, remember, in the film.
That Kennedy wasn't shot?
that the facts are the facts are the facts. The same way Mrs. Thatcher said a crime is a crime is a crime, but with a different subject matter. Just the 3 times thing is the same.
I think repeating a word until it becomes an abstract noise doesn't really bulk up your case very well.
No, but it's a good preface to the substance of what I'm about to say, which is this. The back of the head fell off. Thank you, we know that.
Yep.
A small explosive device could easily have been implanted in his head, the same way that a brolly was used to inject a pellet of poison into Georgy Markov on a bridge in London.
So what was the object that penetrated President Kennedy's
could have
head
been
in
a
order
brolly.
to implant the...
A brolly!
What, he had a brolly stuck in his head?
Yes!
At what point in the Zapruder footage do we see a brolly being stuck in his head?
It was a delayed explosive capsule.
Oh, it happened earlier.
Yes, when someone was walking past him, they bumped into him with their brolly and accidentally stuck it in his head. Said, sorry about that, John.
It would have to go in very deep into the middle of his brain. What part of his head could possibly have been entered in order to implant a bomb in his brain?
The soft bit on the top of his head, Chris.
He's not a baby, Alan.
But some
That
people...
fontanelle would have closed up.
Really?
Has yours?
Hang on. Yeah, no, you're right. No, it has.
Right.
So, all right, okay.
No room for an umbrella there.
Okay.
Imagine your head is Kennedy's head. Tell me how you're going to put a bomb in it.
Up his nose. Like they did the Egyptian pharaohs, but in reverse.
They didn't bomb their heads.
They pulled them out like a magician's handkerchief.
And that's what happened to Kennedy.
In reverse. Well, no, they didn't pull it.
Basically, you're seeing a magic trick and something sort of made out of silk.
A
silk bomb going off in his head.
You say that facetiously, but it wasn't.
No, I don't. I'm just trying to pursue your point.
I'll say that in a way, it was a kind of a magic trick. Perhaps the most frightening and horrible magic trick the world has ever seen.
And what about the second bullet?
See how you twisted that?
What made him fall forward?
He just leant forward when in surprise because he went, oh, the back of my head's come off. And he leant forward saying, did you see that? There's lots of reasons why he could have leant forward. Perhaps he was trying to change a CD.
A CD in the 60s? What?
There is a lot of evidence.
What the hell would the President of the United States been doing listening to a CD that hadn't even been invented as he drove on a cavalcade through...
The FBI knew about CDs for ages.
They didn't even have 8-track cassette players.
There's so much about the world that you don't know, Chris. I mean, you're very, you're pretty good at your job, but there are so many things that you appear to be... You think the Prime Minister runs England? What a laugh. What a laugh. What a laugh. Does he heck?
Who does run the world, Alan?
Trade unions.
Trade unions have been emasculated for over a decade.
What about that bloke who runs the firemen? He's quite dodgy.